everyone. Welcome to Failing with Style. This is Raul.
Hi, Raul.
Hi, everyone.
You know, okay, this is a cold opening to a show because we don't know how to do this right now. We don't know what to talk
We're
about.
failing at this.
Yeah, totally. So I'm Daisy. Katie's over there looking hot with her green long sleeve. Andrew totally came in looking cool as fuck, and nobody told us that this was our dressing costume. Not a costume, but you look super cool, and I'm kind of jealous we didn't talk about what we were going to wear here. But to continue, we really don't even know what to talk about in this podcast.
We could start over. Everybody could go do a wardrobe change and
we could. We could all just change outfits again.
I mean, maybe it could be a thing.
I have to admit, Andrew surprised me earlier this month. He came to not even a show I was doing, a mic. I was just doing a mic. Andrew just showed up out of nowhere. And it was beautiful. It was wonderful. And it was the whole time. Go.
No, you go ahead.
The whole time I was like, what the hell is he doing here? Like, this is beautiful. It's wonderful. I love having my friend around, but it's like, I've invited Andrew and I invited you guys to like shows I'm running or I'm featured in. This is like a show I'm the 12th comedian on. And it was like a whole different experience. I don't know.
So that was actually like a pretty cool experience, but can I tell you guys, there's something that Raul does that I'm glad you brought this up. There's something Raul does, and it doesn't bother me, but it's like, it's kind of awkward. And I was telling Carolina about this when I got back. Is every time I hang out with Raul and his like comedian friends, he always introduces me as like, this is my one friend that's so funny, and I wish he was a comedian. And it's like, and then it's almost like they look at you and they're like, all right, man, make us fucking laugh.
Yeah.
Like, I'm nowhere near as funny as Raul paints me to be. So, well, it's really sweet and I appreciate it, man. It is like such an awkward, like 5 seconds. And I always feel it coming too. They're like, oh, this is my friend Andrew.
Oh, what would you have him say instead?
This is my dirtbag friend Andrew that lives under a bridge. Or something,
yeah,
because there's no expectation. Yeah. You're like, oh wow, you're actually pretty clean for somebody who lives under a bridge. Like, like something like that I would appreciate. Just, set the expectations a lot lower for me.
Just drop it down for you. Gotcha.
Yeah.
This is the thing. So Andrew falls into a really unique equation for every comedian out there. Every comedian, Jerry Seinfeld, everyone, all of them can tell you that they know a person that they think is 1,000 times funnier than they are. And if that person just got up on stage, that person would have been the star comedian, not them. And I feel like I'm starting to do it again right now as I'm talking about it. But like, that's how I feel about you, bro. That's all.
Well, it means a lot, obviously. And the other thing I wanted to mention about that, dude, it is so impressive to see the change from like my friends when you would come over to the house, like making you stand in front of everybody at parties and like tell jokes, to like now watching you perform, and like you've gotten so like your stage presence is so much different, right? Like just like the little things, right? Because your jokes, not that they're the same, but like your comedy like is still kind of the same, but like now seeing you like put that together and how to deliver those jokes to like make people laugh, like it's night and day, and it's so cool to see like that progression in you. It's amazing.
I'm sorry, me and Andrew dominating this part, but
yeah, it's like a total romance that we're allowing to happen.
Okay, so I credit Andrew a lot for this. Andrew and Annaline for this is that. So in the beginning of my comedy career, I'm older. I'm an older comedian than most comedians, right? So I need to catch up. I need to catch up to my age range, right? So I need to be put in like a lot of pressure cooker situations because just to like exponentially grow. It's kind of like when you overwater a plant. Like you just have to like keep giving it, more feeding of it. And Andrew continuously, every single time he called, I almost knew it for sure. Every single time Andrew would call me to a house, not even his house, a random house, I knew I was going to be doing 5 minutes. I had to do 5 minutes in front of his friends, firefighter friends, and I didn't have a joke. I just had like, this is an interesting premise. That was
kind of like how we're doing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, what a beautiful bromance you guys have. It's nice to see that you guys are continuing the strong friendship that Katie and I have had to leave behind. But are very much still together, but like just being in the same vicinity is so different.
It is different. It's so different. I feel like if you and I were closer, Daisy, we would be like inseparable.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I said that
at the hips.
Well, you just dropped some botany news on us, so I don't know if you want to tell us again.
Yeah, I'll drop some botany news on you. So Daisy knows this fact, but certain varieties of bamboo only flower every 60 to 120 years. And currently at the Sarah P. Duke Gardens right now, their bamboo is flowering and it's not set to flower again for another 120 years, which I think is just like incredible. So I took my son to go see it because I thought, well, we can at least both say that we've seen the bamboo flowering, because nobody else in my family is going to see bamboo flower for another 120 years.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. But, okay, so explain this, because I thought it was just like it takes one bamboo 120 years to flower. So are you saying that they're all synchronized so that they all flower every 120 years?
No, so this forest is flowering right now, but think about how bamboo grows. It sends out suckers, right? So it just like propagates on its own. It doesn't need flowers. So most plants, like they have to make a seed. They have to have somebody come to the flower, right? Guys, I'm clearly a master gardener, so just let me tell you exactly how this works. No, so anyways, essentially though, these bamboo they all are like the same plant almost, and so they all kind of have the same timeline, and so they all know to flower at the same time. But that doesn't mean that all of the world's bamboo is flowering right now. Just this grove is flowering. Yeah.
So my FOMO, you just killed my FOMO, and I really appreciate that, because I was like, man, I'm never going to see bamboo flower. And
I'm really glad that I could do that for you.
Can I like, okay, I came up with a topic that we can
do it. Please save us.
I know, right?
Doing fine.
Random conversations. Raul thrives on that. But I need a little more structure. So I have a topic relating to what you just said, because it sounds like that's almost a once in a lifetime opportunity to see something like that, right? Mm-hmm. And I think a good topic is, what in your life have you embraced as a once in a lifetime opportunity and it's gone super well for you? Because I'll share mine. So like recently I went to the Lightbox convention that felt like a once in a lifetime opportunity because of finances, right? Like you're like, oh shit, I spent a lot of money going to this convention just to meet new artists, and I don't even have like a portfolio to show for myself. So when I went over there, it was like, this is my one-stop shot, right? Like I'm just gonna do my best at what I know how to do, which is talk to people, become friends, and like see where this takes me later on in life. Because right now I have nothing to show for myself as far as industry level, right? So, dude, like, that was, like, the best plan that I had, because it was, like, no stress. I'm at the convention center. This feels like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I made so many connections, so many new friendships that formed just from me being at a 3-day convention. And I think if I didn't see it as a once in a lifetime opportunity, I wouldn't have tried so hard. I'm just like, oh, next year I'll just come back and like try this again. It's like, no, I'm going full in. Like,
yeah.
And that was so fruitful for me because then I came home and like people know about me, people know who I am, what I'm trying to do, that I'm like changing careers from nursing to artist. So yeah, I think embracing that and fully honing in on what you're trying to do at this once in a lifetime opportunity can like kind of catapult you to where you need to be. So I'd like to hear from everybody what your once in a lifetime opportunity has been or will be, or what you're looking forward to. So I'm going to popcorn this.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Yes.
How do you have to have isn't your art mostly digital?
Yes.
So how do you go to these things with a portfolio?
So you have online portfolios that people show. So you have like a little website that you give them that they can see it, or you bring like your physical copy. And that way it's easier for them to kind of flip through it. But a lot of artists had portfolios going in there because they're looking for jobs. Like there's big studios like Pixar, Netflix, DreamWorks, Skydance. They were all there. So like for me, it almost felt like, damn it, why don't I have my portfolio? But I had to get over that little hump and be like, you know what? Let me just meet people.
Do you find? Oh, sorry, Raul.
It's one of the reasons like website design companies became big. I want to say like Wix or WordPress. One of them.
Yeah, that one.
It was probably WordPress. It was the first to like. It was like a free. I mean, you had to put like .wordpress.com, but you would get a free website. And a lot of artists would just make these like huge galleries in their websites, so people can like peruse them and see them, and not only like shop their prints, but it's also again used for like what Daisy was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Dee, but when you watch cartoons, do you find that you enjoy it less because you're looking at the animation more? Like, do you feel like you watch stuff?
Oh no, that's good question.
How do they do that?
It's funny because I think I'm a bad student in that sense because I'm like, yeah, I'm going to study this film or whatever. No, that goes all out the window. I like just start enjoying the show and I'm like, great, I have to see this again. Good for you. And it's very rare where I'll go back and be like, okay, I need to study this right now. And I just like move on to the next show. But like in my head, I'm like, you know what? I'm creating the library so that I know what movie to like watch so I can study. So yeah, which is cool, right? That's like part of the job. You get to watch a bunch of movies and do like film studies.
For sure. Yeah, that's great.
That happens to me. So I study the craft so long that now I can tell a person's joke, like how they're set up and everything is going to be.
Yeah.
And like if it's a change of direction, if it's like a callback, I already know it's going to be happening. My brother, he was a guitarist, and he would talk about like how he can tell like if one band's more edited than the other. Like he hates Imagine Dragons, for example.
I fucking hate Imagine Dragons. I hate them so much.
Haters.
Yes. Oh my God. Tell your brother to call me anytime he wants to talk about that.
So the reason he says is because they're so well tuned and so like, how can I say, like they're pre-created, I guess, that it's not natural. It's like it's totally like manipulated sound and like it's like crowdsourced music is basically what my brother would describe it as.
Is that true? Yeah. Verify.
They do like market study stuff like that.
Let me get the fact check machine out.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Hey,
no, it's your brother's fact.
Go ahead.
No, it's Raul's brother's fact, so I'm gonna just accept it. If it was Raul's fact, that'd be
Raul, you poor thing.
Okay.
Can I popcorn the question to somebody?
Yeah.
Let's go to Katie.
I knew you were gonna pick me, dude. And like, I don't know. What was the question?
Your once in a lifetime thing, is it Like, do you ever see something coming? Have you had a once in a lifetime opportunity? Well, I guess it was your bamboo this time around, but
Yeah.
has there ever been an experience in that way where you're like, this is my one time to really shine? Like Eminem, you know?
Oh, dude, that's exactly what I was thinking.
God.
It was like, what's your mom's spaghetti moment?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God.
Or if somebody else has one while you want to think, I don't know.
Yeah, give me a minute. Does anybody else?
Andrew?
So I don't actually have a moment, but I was actually listening to a podcast recently about like being present, and it talks about like how our lives progressively seem like they're going by faster. And it's like one theory is that like the novelty of life kind of goes away, like you're not creating any new memories, so like every day seems like the last. So one thing that they were talking about was to get over that is like the journalist, she decided to basically do only new experiences for the whole week. So she couldn't eat anything that she had ever eaten before, and she couldn't do anything that she had ever done before. And so in fact, like her life did feel like it lasted. It was much longer than the week that she actually spent working on that story. But like the interesting takeaway was she started talking about like just being more present in everything that we do, right? Because as much as, right, we've sat down and talked before, but today is not necessarily the same as the last time we sat down to talk. A lot of things have changed. We look different, right? The experiences that we've gone through just to get here throughout this day were different, right? So if you really look for it, you can find that novelty in every single thing that you do, and everything that you do really is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm never going to be the same Andrew again after this conversation. So I guess my once in a lifetime opportunity is having this conversation with you guys right now, and I'm making the best out of it.
Gosh, you're so wholesome.
I know.
What a hunk of crap answer.
I know.
He's
My
laughing.
God.
It's like he doesn't even believe it.
You know, I will say that, so growing up, my mom, every dinner, this is kind of similar. Every dinner, she would ask us what was the best part of your day and the worst part of your day. And we would all go around the table and talk about the highlights and the lowlights. And because we all were so engaged in each other's days and getting to like hear how everybody is doing, it created like this wonderful connection and like this great communication in my family. And so I still do that with my family. And every dinner that I sit down with Joey, I always say it was the best part of your day and the worst part of your day. But recently, I want to say like in the last 2 years, Joey has implemented a third question. So we now say what was the best part of your day, the worst part of your day, and something you learned. And I love this one because it makes you think like, oh, what was that one thing that was new to my day that I didn't know before that I learned today? And it could be, you know, something you read in the news. It could be you asked Google what the animal of the day was and like learned a new animal fact or something. But regardless, it's kind of like that. Like you just, each day you try to do something new. And so then when you get to that dinner table, you have a new fact that you can share. And I always like that.
That is pretty cool. And before anybody else says it, I learned a bamboo fact today. So just so you know that all the bamboo in a forest is kind of like the one bamboo. Like they're all stemmed from the same one, and they flower once every 120 years. So just FYI. I learned that today.
Wow.
Amazing.
So cool.
We'll have to fact check that later.
Daisy, go back to your question like, so when you went to the Lightbox convention, why did you feel like this is like, is it because it's the first experience and that's why you feel like it's once in a lifetime, or is it because you feel like you're crossing through like a portal of your career? Like what?
Oh,
what
yeah, like a vortex. It's like I was. It really felt like a different reality, right? Because a lot of the stuff that I was interacting through my art was online. And like, it's different when like I saw Andrew recently. He came to visit me. That was pretty awesome, by the way. I had such a great time. But he came by to visit recently. It's such a different feel than being across screen like how we are now. So when I went to Lightbox, it was like, oh shit, like these are the people that I've been looking up to. I met the Pumbaa guy. Like he's the one who like created Pumbaa, and it was right there. Like there was no screen between us. There was no like snail mail. You know what I mean? Like it's just right there in front of you. And yeah, it's my first experience. I'm sure that later in life it'll come to more, but like for me right now, like if I were to die tomorrow or whatever, I could at least say that I went to this place that I've got to meet all my like real time heroes, that I didn't even know I was ever going to be able to meet. It was a complete surprise to me because when I went over there, I had like no agenda, right? I was like, I'm just going to go see what this is about. And I never thought I could be starstruck, but I was freaking starstruck when I met the guy who made Pumbaa. Like I was just like walking around. I saw his like artwork and it's like sketches of Pumbaa, and I was like, oh my gosh. And he was the first person that I talked to from the event. And when I was talking to him, I was like, I can't believe I'm meeting this guy right now. Like never in a million years would I have thought that chasing after my dreams, a year in, I'm like meeting people already, and how accessible that is nowadays. I don't know if back then it was, but now it's like, man, this really did feel like, like a portal, right, to my new reality of what it's going to shape. If that makes sense. Yeah.
It does. No, it does. It does.
I guess it's a hard question because I'm like, I just came back from this awesome experience. What did you do? Like, so maybe it's not the best topic.
No, it's a good topic. Look, so it implies like success, and it's something I've been waiting for a whole time. I went to Disney recently because it was my niece's first time going to Disney, right? So I had to be there to be super uncle. Went to Magic Kingdom, and it's the first time I got to do this experience. To be the adult taking a kid to Disney. That was a new aspect, a new whole perspective of the whole entire experience, which I loved. Mm-hmm. Like I was getting in line ahead of them for character meets, and I was getting really excited and stuff like that. I didn't really plan on doing something for myself. So side quest on this is I've been trying to lose weight for this trip, not for my shows, not for like any upcoming comedy stuff. I've been trying to lose weight for this Disney World trip specifically because my brother and me really wanted to ride the Tron ride. Like I wanted to make sure I fit in the Tron ride. So it was a nice experience to finally ride Tron. My brother, who it's also seeing him cross a portal of like being a dad and seeing him being like an active dad in Disney. That was new, and that was a once in a lifetime experience there for sure, because like I got to take my niece for the first time to Disney and like show her something I used to love like, religiously.
Raul, I just want to, new mom here, just want to say that's like every day with your child. There's seeing them see the world. It is so invigorating because stuff that you take for granted, like Andy just said, does life lose its meaning like as it goes on? And having a child, you see the world through their eyes, and it is incredible. It's incredible. And I cannot wait to take my son to Disney. I'm like so stoked for that. I think about that all the time.
It's so awesome.
It is.
It is. And like, it's also like a learning experience for me, like, especially with my niece. You try to be a good not a parent, but I'm a family member. So I try to be a good family member. So like, there was one day I was taking care of my niece, right? And I took her to like a park and stuff like that, and I took her on rides and stuff like that. And there was like this huge slide that she was terrified of. She was afraid of just the size of the slide. And I was like, I'm not having my niece be afraid of a slide. And I'm like, I'm gonna like make her work with her courage, not force her, but like I'm gonna go with her. So I go on the slide with her. I slide down. Now, something you guys need to learn about slides. Slides are not meant for adult shoes. They're meant for kid shoes. And this is what I mean by that. The side of my Brooks caught the side of the slide and like twisted my ankle like something fierce.
Oh my gosh.
So when I landed, I was like in full like throbbing pain. But then this other aspect kicked in because like I'm like, oh my God, if I show pain to her right now, she's gonna develop this fear times 1,000. So I'm like, ah! Landing on my ankle, like, whoa, that was fun.
Yep. That is also every day as a parent. Your kid's going to do something and you're going to want to laugh at it, but you don't want to reinforce the wrong thing, right?
Yeah.
And this is not a parenting podcast, and I won't make it one, but it is so challenging. It's legitimately hard. And I'll tell you, like, any glaring behavior of yours, you do it once and they will repeat what you do. So it's like you're constantly thinking about, oh, how should I handle this situation? Like going down the slide and pretending that you're not in excruciating pain. It's every day.
You know, I know this is not like a parenting podcast, but I think that's very relatable because it's kind of astonishing that it takes a kid to really understand how you go about your life. Because I lived with my brother and his kids for a little bit. And I had to be really aware of what I was saying, of what I was watching. And I'm like, man, this brings a total level of awareness that you don't have in your everyday. Because sometimes, like, as adults, you just go about your life like not even caring, you know? Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, whatever, this is the same shit, same thing every day, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. As soon as you have a kid, you're like, okay, I gotta do better. Like, I need to, like, you know, get myself in shape because I don't want my kids to be out of shape. I need to eat better because I don't want my kids to be I need to speak better, you know? And it's like all these things that, like Andrew said, it's kind of like, you know, with the podcast that you were talking about, it's being present and being aware of your every move in that sense. Not to the point that it drives you insane, but to the point where like you are a really good human being, not because of the fact that you have a child, but just because of the fact that that's a good thing to do, you know? And sometimes it's sort of like, you know, Katie, you're the only mom here, but like, I don't know if Andrew or Raul are moms, but.
How dare you assume my gender?
Oh my God.
But, you know, wouldn't it be a nicer place to live in if we all we're like that in that sense, you know?
I saw this great bumper sticker today that said, "Be kind, we're all idiots."
Right.
And I was like, yeah, that is so true. We're all stupid. But it would be
Speak
nice
for yourself, Katie.
Yes. It would be nice if we all did try harder. Yeah. And like we're a little more self-aware. Like if we all just pretended to be parents of toddlers who repeat everything you say, then maybe we'd be a little more thoughtful.
Yeah.
I know.
A little kinder.
Really quick on this point, because it just made me think of something. Do you think there is a past version of you currently that you would probably be antagonistic to, of yourself, of you, because of like all these, again, once in a lifetime experiences, all these unique portals we've crossed through and experiences of our life? Is there like a past version of yourself that you would be like, man, I really hate you, bro, or like I really can't handle you?
Oh, I don't know about hate, but I'd be more gentle to myself.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, like, sorry, Andrew, I knew you were about to speak. I'm here, like, just hogging this podcast. But
No, I was just taking a breath.
But there are parts of myself that I don't necessarily like, and there are regrets, most definitely. But I try very hard not to hate those parts of myself, because that is me. And I wouldn't be me today if I hadn't gone through those things. So, Andrew, go ahead. Sorry.
I really don't. No, but like that internal monologue, like being negative is like such a bad thing. So, I mean, if there's any part of me that I would say I would hate is like that negative internal monologue for sure. And like that's something that like I'm constantly working on trying to fix, because like that always used to be so negative. And then I've worked really hard on making it positive. So I guess if there was one thing that I would want to fight, it's my negative internal monologue. How about you, Raul? What do you got?
Oh man, this got really existential. Man, I wish I was braver and more confident in the things I loved when I was younger. Because if I was, I'd be a different aspect of a person. I never tell anyone this. I don't know why it just came in my mind. So I graduated from high school in 2005, right? And I really didn't know what I wanted to do in life. I loved Marvel. I loved all the Marvel comic stuff back when I was a kid. So I was like, I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to write like a page internship request to Marvel. And I sent it. I found their like email. I found like their actual address in New York. This is back before Marvel was even purchased by Disney. This is before all the Marvel movies. And I sent them this email, whatever. I sent them a hard letter. And like 2 months later, I got this weird 212 call from New York. And it was Marvel. And they were going to fly me up for an internship. And I turned it down. And because I was afraid. I was so afraid. I didn't realize it. And to go really quick back to your point, Daisy, like something I've realized is whenever these opportunities present themselves and whenever they are available, just do it. Nike, just go full into it, because you never know when it presents itself again, and then you live with that regret. Not that I live with regret of that. Like I probably was going to be doing like, I don't know, back mailroom work or something like that, but it was something that would have been a really cool experience that, hey, I was hired or I was working for Marvel at one point in my life. But I don't talk. Man, I think I still have the email somewhere deep and down in one of my emails. It was bananas getting that call, I remember, and I turned it down. But now, whenever these, like my Miami Improv show, me working for Mikasuki, all the comedy shows I've done, I did 4 comedy shows this last Saturday, back to back to back to back. And I was so worried about it. I was so afraid of it. And I loved it. I loved the whole experience of it. And I was so afraid because I said yes to so many things. And I know it is a problem I have. It's a huge flaw I have that I say I'm a yes man. But like sometimes saying yes to a scary opportunity is a beautiful thing.
Oh, for sure.
Well, I just would like to make one observation. What I think I am drawn to the most to each of you is I think that each of you, all 3 of you, are so incredibly intelligent. Like you guys have these different levels of wit and humor and emotional intelligence. Talking with you guys is never boring, and it's always like I gain so much from it, right? So I like that you guys are sharing these past feelings, and Daisy, you're by far the most emotionally mature about it by saying that you're kind to yourself while the rest of us are like filled with self-loathing. But I'm like so impressed. I'm so impressed by all of you all the time. I think you guys, it's the hardest thing is believing in yourself, right? And everybody else can see your worth. And I think sometimes it's harder to see your own self-worth. So I just want you guys to know I see your worth and I value each of you very much.
Oh, Katie, I mean, same right back at you, right? Like,
Thanks.
You know what's funny? That just takes me back to how we all met. And then, Katie, the first interaction that we had wasn't me and you. It was through Andrew because he was like trying to put us against each other.
Yeah. Yep. No, I remember this. Yes.
No, I don't remember that at all.
And I did not want to play a part. He's like, come on, let's just take a picture and then we'll send it to Katie and like, she'll be jealous of that we're friends. And I'm like, what? Like, don't get me into this thing.
And then here's where it gets even better is then Andrew came to me and he was like, dude, don't be friends with Daisy. She doesn't like Game of Thrones.
What the heck?
And I was like, okay, that's so random. But then as it turns out, he really made us be like even closer.
Yeah.
That was my plan all along.
Oh yeah, sure it was.
He didn't only do that. Okay, I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember the Secret Santa? The one year?
Yeah.
And I messed up bad because everyone got something $25, but apparently everyone in our group, in our work group, like put like $75 into each gift. So I was like trying to stay like within budget, and I think I got you a Batman shirt, and then I was like,
my gift. I loved it. They were making it like I didn't like it, and I really did love it, and you did great. Listen, this is actually important because Andrew and I were just talking about something similar. No spoilers, but we were talking about if presented with having to get one of us a gift, what would we get? And I immediately knew what I would get everybody, except for Eric, Daisy. I kind of struggle with Eric. I'm not totally sure what I would get him, but then Joey helped me with that. So anyways, here's what I find very insulting, Raul. Andy doesn't know what he would get me. Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Like a parenting book or something? I don't know.
The worst is that Andrew's the one that pulled me like, Raul, all he got her was a shirt. And I was like, yeah, I thought that was the thing.
I don't know if you remember, but the guy that I had for that Secret Santa, I got him a seasoning bottle that cost like $6 at Publix.
Can I just say I don't remember that Secret Santa? I don't think, was I even a part of that?
Yeah, I don't think you were a part of it.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Wow.
Well, we could do it over. We could do it over, but Andrew and Raul better hope. Yeah, but Andrew and Raul better hope they don't pull my name because both of them, I mean, unless Raul, you want to like a redo, you want to try again, that's cool.
You like the color yellow. What was your school? Shit. What was your school? Was it Georgia or Tennessee?
Ooh.
Fuck. Oh, I'm wrong on
Don't worry. I'm not a big football person.
Georgia Tech.
It was Georgia Tech.
See, I remembered. Ha!
Nice. Good work. I'm impressed you remember my favorite color.
Yeah, that's very odd.
Because I had to. I was like, okay, she likes
That's
yellow.
why she picked the school.
No. This is the part that we have to edit out, right? This is what Andrew's scared of.
That's hilarious.
We should wrap this up, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it was awesome talking to you guys, and I hope you're prepared to get me amazing Secret Santa gifts. And that's all I got.
Okay.
Once in a lifetime opportunity to get me an amazing gift.
I don't know that I was getting anyone gifts this year, but
we're not Daisy.
Oh, Daisy, did the Pumbaa guy, was he selling mugs?
Mugs? No.
And bro, you are on a kick.
We do want to expand our mug collection, actually. So we're making new rooms in the new space for in the cabinets for mugs.
I think Andrew has like a negative fascination with mugs. I feel like you want to smash mugs, bro. Like,
just want to watch the world burn or watch the mug break, I guess.
Then I need to be careful if you ever to come over again. All my mugs in the right place.
Plugs. What do you guys want to plug? Anything you guys want to plug? Interesting. Wow.
Happy Thanksgiving. Oh my God. Hi.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to come out on Thanksgiving, but
yeah, let's plug the turkeys. Let's plug the stuffing.
That sounds so weird. Okay, go ahead.
You know, about Thanksgiving though, I just realized, well, I didn't just realize, but I knew that, you know, Thanksgiving is not such a nice holiday when you really think about it, like as far as like where it comes from or where it stems from, right? You guys know that, right? There's no need to go over that.
No.
But
yeah, we're good.
But I'm very proud of my third grade year-old self, because third grade, I remember distinctly the teacher was like, "Who doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving?" And I was like, I'm from immigrant parents, so I don't know what the heck that is. So I raised my hand and I said, "I don't celebrate Thanksgiving." I'm very proud of that third grade year-old child.
Defiant. Wow.
I just wanted to give that little story. Anyways, happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Not only is Daisy the girl who would make everyone turn their homework, but she's also the one. Like, oh my God, Daisy, you have friends in elementary school?
I had all the friends, Raul. Okay, stop being fucking jealous of me.
Wait, Jesus, relax. It's a joke.
I'm proud of myself. Anyways, all right, guys. So plug, Raul. You have a big show coming up.
So literally tomorrow, which this will not be coming out tomorrow, but tomorrow I'm at the Miami Improv. First time. I already have like a lot of tickets sold, and it's amazing. It's a crazy event. This is the most tickets I've ever sold for a show ever. So this is pretty awesome. Support me at Funny Raul. And Daisy has great art, and Daisy's back. She's been going bananas with those storyboards and stuff like that. I've been watching you. I love all Daisy's stuff. I really do, but I really love all your art.
Thanks, friend. Yeah, I'm at Daisy Vesiana. Follow my art through there on Instagram. I'm also on LinkedIn if you feel like hiring me for something. Daisy Vesiana. And I believe we have a Facebook page now, but it's very barren. And we're going on Spotify. Raul has done the great job of loading those up, even though I can't find it yet. I'm still...
I sent you a link. Yes, we have a Facebook page finally. We have a Spotify. You know what, son? I have to give a props to Daisy, because Daisy changed her social media name, and it kind of invigorated me to change my social media name. I've gained 350 followers since I changed to Funny Raul.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
So I need to change my social media name from Andy's Old Banana to something cooler.
Yeah, is it Andy Sold Banana or Andy's Old Banana?
Andy's Old, but they don't let you put apostrophes. So
that means you got to change it.
Yeah, everybody thinks I sell bananas. Which wouldn't be a bad business. Andy sold bananas. Oh, maybe. Oh, and we're also working on the Liquid Death sponsorship. So Liquid Death, if you're listening to this, we like canned water.
I saw a No Sé Qué Cosa restaurant got a sponsorship recently by Liquid Death for their grand opening. And I was like, if they can do it, Failing with Style can get a Liquid Death sponsorship.
We totally can.
We deserve it. I live Liquid Death every day of my life. Stay hydrated, homies.
And Katie is off all social media, so be like her.
Like her.